So it has clearly been a struggle trying to record this whole testimony video. Yes, it's been a lot. Okay, not necessarily a struggle as far as like what to say because I clearly already know what to say, but just timing wise, timing has been crazy. Like this clip is going to go into the last clip that was only like a minute something long because I had got a call like right in the middle of me recording it. And then afterwards, it was like super, super late. And I was like, I'm not doing this. Then I was going to try yesterday. And then yesterday was like, I actually spent time studying last night, the Bible or whatever, studying a passage in the Bible. So it was a lot. It was a lot. It's been a lot. I do not go to sleep early at all. I think it's because I work third shift, so I just be up. But yeah, time has not been really wise. Trying to get things done that I know I need to get done. So back to regular scheduled program. Okay. Um. So I think the last thing I had mentioned or whatever in the second part of the video, or in the second part of the testimony, was that I had looked up symptoms of the Lemtrada medication that I was referred to or whatever. And I said that I was looking on Facebook groups or whatever about it. And there was a lady that had posted something. She posted like a link. And the link included, like I obviously clicked on the link, read it, and then I looked it up and it said something about chemo, how basically the Lemtrada medication or infusion thing was like chemotherapy, where it basically kills your immune system to kind of cure whatever it is that you're trying to fight. So I'm like, okay, I'm stunned at this point. I'm like, okay, no, I'm obviously clearly saying no, like that's not it. And so I did some more research, conducted some more research, and I found a lot on that. I found a lot of things saying, this is a chemotherapy type thing, almost. That's what they relate it to. It's not, for cancer because it's not a cancer illness. It's a multiple sclerosis illness. But the medication basically it's very harsh. It's a very harsh medication on your body, and it will treat it as though it's a chemotherapy, and it will make your body go like basically shut down and be like extremely sick. So y'all, once I researched all that, this was after I had left from meeting up with my physician about it, because he told me I can take the information home and do my own research and then call back to schedule an appointment to actually schedule for when I wanted my first dosage of my infusions. So I left there with that mindset of knowing that I was going to call back to set up my appointments of when I was going to get my infusions. And then prior to that, I had to get blood work done. So I had left with that whole notion of having to set all this stuff up to get this. So, after conducting and doing my research and stuff, I think it was one night and I had just prayed and I was like, God, this is a lot. I said, this is too much. And I was just being so raw and blunt with God. I was just like, well, I'm always raw and blunt with him. But with my feelings, I was just really like, trying to be realistic and knowing that, there is a condition that is present, right? And then also like, I'm afraid. I've never had to come up with a decision so crucial, and it was very scary, and I didn't know what to think. I didn't know what to I didn't know. I just didn't know. And so I just poured out my feelings to God, and I was like, God, I don't know. I said, as always, it's me and you. I said, it's me and you for real now, because like I'm at a loss. Like I really literally have no idea what to do. And I said, this stuff is major. And I told him I was scared. I said, I'm scared. I didn't think that I would have to come to this point to switch a medication, because I was doing, okay with the one that I was already on. And this was my first time ever being in a predicament. This is my first time ever being sick, y'all. I've literally been a healthy person my entire life up until this diagnosis. And even when I was diagnosed, like the 3 years up until last year, I was doing fine. I really wasn't, struggling. The major things I was struggling with was fatigue and dizziness. And those never really like took me out. You know what I'm saying? They never really came upon me in a manner in which I was like, oh, I can't do this. You know, I never felt like that up until last year when these relapses came about. And I was like, okay, obviously the medication is, you know, going downhill. It's not agreeing with my body. Maybe my body has had enough of it. And I was okay with that, but I was just like, I'm scared to switch. So I didn't know what to do. And so I was like, God, I don't know. I said, honestly, like, I don't even want to be on medication no more. I said, this stuff is scary and I don't like it. And so I just prayed and I cried out to God and I said, Lord, please help me go into the right direction. I said, God, if this is for me, show me that it's for me. Let me know that it's for me, because I don't want to make that decision. I can't make it. It was too serious for me to make it a decision to even like try to meet God halfway with that, you know, prayer. Because, you know, sometimes I do leave my prayers all up to Him, but in that situation, I felt like I had to take some type of ownership because it was my health. But I was like, you know what, Lord, this is all you. I'm not doing this. I said, I'm not making this decision, and I said, I'm really not going to rely on my own decision, because it was a fearful moment. I'm just going to be honest. And so God showed me, man. I don't know, y'all. It just happened so quickly. So excuse me, I had started this was October. Lord, sorry. But this was like the end of October. So like around November, beginning of November, something like that. I think beginning of November, I started looking up different diets or whatever, diets that people who didn't take medication that they followed. This was completely new to me, okay? Completely new. A lot of the stuff that were on those diet lists, like, I would eat but not consistently, right? So a lot of this stuff was like completely new. It was like just a whole new life, right? So you know, I'm researching, and I'm researching heavily, because in my mind I was like, if I got to get on this medication, I'm done. I said, there is no more medication. I'm going natural. And I was scared with that, but I prayed about it, and I said, God, I don't want to take medication no more. And I told Him to lead me in the right direction in which I need to go. And so at that point, my mind started to shift. I started researching on not natural remedies, but on natural healing, on how you can heal multiple sclerosis naturally. I had seen stories. I followed doctors and stuff. That there's a doctor, Terry Walls, that has MS, and she was disabled, like completely disabled. She was in a wheelchair, couldn't walk for like a period of time, and then once she changed her diet, her whole entire life changed. She's walking now, she's moving, she's living a normal lifestyle. And so I was like, that's amazing. I was like, that's amazing. Like, how can she go? And then what really made me like kind of dig deep into her story is the fact that I was diagnosed with multiple sclerosis in 2016, and I was well active. I was moving. I was basically still a normal person. And so I'm like, I've never been disabled. Like, it did not hit me as strongly as it has hit people that I've seen, or those Facebook groups that I've seen. Like, MS has really truly been hitting people in a very strong manner, and that just made me stop. And I'm like, thank you, God. Like, first of all, this thing is new to me. I don't know it. You know, I don't know what it is. I don't know what it's about, but it's new. And then secondly, like, I'm not in no type of predicament that these people are in. And so every time I kept reading the stuff, like, I had to unfollow some of those groups because people were like so like sad and emotional and depressed and down, and I was like, oh no, I don't want to read that. That's not uplifting me. That's not helping me, and that's not the type of person I want to be. So I had to like move away from that, because I didn't want that stuff to go into my spirit. Anything that's negative, and this is with life period, anything that's negative, I don't want to be a part of it. The spirit of negativity is not my cup of tea. And so they were downing and draining, and I just couldn't do it. So I got off those groups. But I was like, it has to be a way. Like, there has to be a way where I can fight this. And so I started researching foods and stuff to eat, started buying some of those foods, started making, like, I completely changed my entire diet. I'm going ahead of myself. But anyway, long story short, because I don't want to be on here too long, but long story short, I did mounds of research on natural healing, and I've watched videos and documentaries on natural healing, especially pertaining to autoimmune diseases. And I found some amazing stuff. Long story short, I stopped taking my medication in November. I think it was a couple of days before Thanksgiving, because my Thanksgiving dinner was like all like I made my own Thanksgiving dinner, and I told my family, I was like, oh, I can't eat the food that y'all are eating because I'm on this new thing, I'm on this new wave, eating this new food, and they like, oh wow, really, like they were supportive, of course, and they were just mind blown at how everything I was changing, and I literally have been eating this way since November. So that's what, November, December, January, February, March, so that's 5 months. So I've been off of medication completely for 5 months, and I've been eating healthy, organic foods, gluten-free foods. I've become dairy-free, meaning I don't drink regular milk. I don't eat eggs. I eat like a minimal amount of cheese, like probably 10% of cheese a month. Literally, I don't eat cheese like that. Y'all, I have literally changed my entire lifestyle. With that, I've incorporated workouts. So I started working out more. Actually lost weight, y'all. When I changed my eating, my body showed it. I've lost weight. I've become a more healthier person, and it feels so good because I'm not taking medication. I feel like, y'all, I can't express this enough, and I can't tell y'all how different life is without medication. Like, I feel like I'm back to my old self before the diagnosis. That's probably one of the greatest things ever. And I'm telling y'all, it's me and God. That's why every time I feel sick, I'm like, oh, God, nope, not today. Like, it's me and you. We not doing this. This is not us. And that gives me, that encourages me. I encourage myself to know that, if you feeling down today, it's not going to last you forever. In destiny, you're good. Like, I speak to myself. I've been doing that, but even so now, because God has shown me, like, life is so much more powerful, y'all. Foods are powerful, and I still take the vitamins that I took prior to stopping my medication. But y'all, food is healing, okay? Food is your medicine, and I truly believe that. And I didn't start seeing all of that until I started doing like the natural healing research. Food is literally your medicine. So I don't eat anything processed. You can ask anybody that knows me, anybody that talks to me 24/7 will tell you I don't eat anything processed. One of my greatest challenges though is the diet that my son has. So he doesn't eat bad, and I'm so proud. I'm so godly proud because he's so smart. He's so smart. So every time we eat something, I always come back with like a healthy comment. Like, if we're eating fruit, I'm like, we gotta eat fruit. We can't eat candy because, it's not good for our teeth, and we'll have to go to the dentist. Like, I'm constantly trying to tell them stuff, to stop them from making bad decisions, and it's working. I'm seeing it. And so y'all, God is like amazing, okay? He is so amazing because he literally works. Like, and when he works not only through us, but he works through our children, and I can see it manifesting truthfully. So, I know I can't pull my son away from meat. I can't pull my son away from every single thing that he eats, but to be able to increment a few things, like a little bit of my lifestyle into his, that warms my heart. It makes me so happy because a lot of the things that I make that are like organic or vegetarian friendly, like, he will eat it, and that makes me so happy. He loves fruit, he loves vegetables. So his health is just as important as mine because, with me being diagnosed with MS, I don't know what his future looks like with that. But if I can prevent it now, I'm definitely doing it. Like, I don't want that to be on my kids, nor do I want it to be on my grandchildren, because I heard that it skips like, generations or whatever. So whatever the case may be, we healthy over here. Like, we not feeding into no, bad foods. And this is probably one of the best decisions I've ever made in my entire life. Like, I've only been here 28 years, but still, like, I'm just so thankful for knowledge and wisdom, and having a relationship with God and being prayerful. Because honestly, if I hadn't had any of this, I would probably be like extremely sick, y'all. I would be really, really sick because that medication, it took a lot out of me. The medication that I was on was literally suppressing my immune system, and it literally says that on the bottle, or on the, you know, the medication description. It says it's an immune suppressor. And so what really gets me off, I'm about to wrap it up, but what really gets me is that, you know, the time that we're in right now with this coronavirus and how it's an upper respiratory illness, or whatever they call it, y'all, if I had of been on that medication still to this day, guarantee I would be very, very immune to that, because my immune system was weakened. Even though I only stopped 5 months ago, I've been taking extreme measures, boosting my immune system, getting that stuff out of my system. Like I did a lot of detoxing. I wanted that just out, okay? I wanted that out. And then the bad, this is probably bad. I've been getting feedback saying that this wasn't a good thing, but whatever. I didn't call my doctor, so my doctor wanted me to call back and set up that appointment for that medication, right? And so I never called. And the crazy part is, maybe I'm looking at it differently, but I feel like, you know, if I didn't call you for that and you so-called say my condition is serious, why didn't you reach out to me? So obviously, like I told him before all this even occurred, I said, to be real with you, I said, I've been blessed. I said, MS has not hit me harshly. And I said, I've been a healthy person all my life. And so now you want me to go to an aggressive medication that's going to give me all of these side effects? I said, I'm not really rocking with it. Like, that ain't, I'm not feeling that. And maybe he got upset. Who knows? Could have got upset. But till this day, and no, he may know because I haven't ordered my medication in like 5 months. But till this day, I have not had like a legit, you know, conversation with him about my choices on medication. But when we talk in my appointment this coming month, if that even occurs, he's gonna find out that I'm natural and I'm doing perfectly fine. I'm good. I'm way healthier. The lifestyle decisions that I make are continuing to make me healthy. God is my true doctor, y'all. I know we need doctors and physicians to help us in the time of need, but when you feel like you don't have a time of need because you're feeling good and you're feeling great, like, that's what I bank on. I literally put my trust in God more than man, and that includes the doctors. Like, no disrespect to them and, you know, their credentials and what they're there for. Super grateful for them, because without them I wouldn't have known, you know, a lot of this, right? But I'm also grateful for my own research, and I'm grateful for me and my God, because we have been in this journey together. We are continuing to go on this journey together, and it's been amazing, man. It's been amazing. So I wanted to share my testimony because I felt like it would like encourage some people. You know, just because you're diagnosed with something, and just because, you know, sometimes doctors like to over exaggerate on things, and some things may be serious by any means. If you have a condition in which you do need to take medication to sustain getting worse, take it, honestly. But do your own research as well. Like, don't just bank on the doctors and depend on what they say, because research and you know, learning new things, that stuff truly helps. You never know what you will find. You never know what you will run into. And that was my case with my situation. I didn't know that I was going to run into all that information. And I was scared to try it. You know, I was scared. I was like, I don't know how my body is going to react without it, seeing that it was on the medication for 3 years and it became immune to it. But, man, we good over here, okay? I'm good. And so I'm just super grateful, y'all. I'm super grateful. So I hope that encouraged somebody. If you guys have any questions, please don't hesitate to ask. I do not mind sharing anything, especially as it pertains to my journey. There's no secrets. So I love y'all, and I hope you guys continue to stay healthy and be blessed. Thank y'all so much for listening, and I will see y'all in my next video.